What is up, guys? It's Ben from Unicast, and today, yes, you can see my face. It's been a while since you've seen that. So today, it's a very special occasion. I've got a very special guest with me. We're doing a podcast, which is, again, been a while, but we are getting a new member, as you can probably tell by the title. It's not clickbait.
Yeah.
So
just spoiled
it. Secret guest, reveal yourself, I suppose.
I would do, but I don't have a webcam.
Yes. We always have these issues, but it's fine. You know, so it's just basically just introduce yourself. Explain. Go from there, really.
So my name is Connor. You may know me as Conboy. I think I'm also in Mike's XCOM campaign with the nickname Jebsley, which is the name of my original World of Warcraft character that's kind of stuck with me. So you might see me on a few videos, but it's kind of officially joining Unicast as a full-time member. I have a job. I'm not going to say what it is, but I have it.
No, because that was going to be my question. My next question was going to be like, you know, what is the background on yourself, kind of thing. Obviously, I don't expect you to go like too far, you know, into things like. Let's be honest, people don't need to know like your inside leg measurement and everything. So, you know, so we'll just go from there and just go wild, mate.
So I'm a pretty overweight white male.
I'll start from the beginning.
I typically have long hair. I work in some form of junior management where I watch people do jobs and get paid for it. And then occasionally I'll tell them how to do their job better, even though I couldn't do it better than them. So it's the good life, really.
Living the best life.
Yeah, but perhaps more importantly, I had the Conboy YouTube channel. I've played through a couple of games right now, and it seemed like people enjoyed what I was doing. So that's what I want to kind of bring to Unicast as kind of an official part of this umbrella.
Yeah, it's to be honest, how Unicast really works is, well, to be honest, at the start with Unicast, it was literally just me and Kurtis, basically. And that was what, 2016. Bloody hell, it's been it's 5 years really now. And I can't say much progress has been made, but you know, we got there.
No, it looks good.
Basically, we started off. It was mainly just Kurtis because I didn't really have the the equipment to do any bit of recording. Whereas Kurtis pretty much nailed on as
out.
Well, essentially, yeah, basically. And he's, to be honest, guy's absolutely brilliant. Does the editing, you know, he literally does everything. He basically does everything I can't do, which is a lot. Yeah. So, So and essentially at the start, I was originally doing stuff like, I think I did Uncharted for a bit. I did a bit of FIFA, and to be honest, like FIFA's not exactly everyone's like, type of gameplay kind of thing. I like to watch, and the problem is it's such a difficult market to get into. I'm trying to think ways to put it. It's because there's so many people actually do it. It's really impossible unless you do something that either clickbait your title or someone accidentally calls in and you do something absolutely outrageous. So you've got and you'll get some like big news YouTube channel and they'll pick it up and then they'll put it everywhere and everyone knows who you are.
Yeah, everyone's like looking for the original video.
Exactly, and that from there, that's one reason on how to get big is like you've got when they say like all press is good press kind of thing, regardless whether it's good or bad. And so in some ways that's how some people get big. For us, we kind of keep it on the down low. We we work hard, we enjoy the content, and if anything takes off from it, then great. If not, then at least we're doing this for the fun of it, you know what I mean? So
and
then obviously I was going to say that obviously from there, Mike joined. He added an extra, and he took the content a completely different direction because Kurt was obviously a lot of these simulator type of games.
Yeah.
Mike took it a completely different direction, which is what we needed, really. Hence why we brought him in. and then we had Matt, who is, to be honest, he doesn't really have the time to do stuff. So, like, he's kind of, at the moment, he's kind of emotional support at the moment, but but because he's such a busy man, kind of thing. But every time he puts out content, which is pretty much every once in a blue moon, the guy is fucking brilliant when he does something.
Yeah.
I remember like he did a series a couple of years ago, and it lasted 2 episodes, I think. And I was sat there glued to the screen.
But the 2 episodes, they were amazing.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. Like, the thing is, I think they were. I can't remember. I think he's got them, but like got the rest of the series like put aside. But just
finding time to actually put that in, like edit it into content you can put out there.
Exactly. Like, and this is something I'm going to have to try and learn how to do now, since I'm trying to take my type of content in a different direction as well, I suppose.
Yeah.
But enough about me. Enough about Unicast. We're here about you. So for the viewers, what type of content do you actually do?
So I'd want to say it's probably kind of similar to Mike. The main thing, and the kind of inspired by the people who I watched when I was going through phases of like watching a lot of YouTube, was quite raw gameplay. Quite unedited, just kind of like cutting out the bits that obviously just like constant back and forth running in games. So I kind of wanted to bring that, and also the kind of content they did, because they stopped doing that content. And particularly, it's for my fiance, who kind of ran out of YouTubers who did that kind of content that she enjoyed. So I was like, maybe I could just actually step up and start providing this, rather than being like, oh, well, guess you'll never see what happens in that game. Because I mean, she just play games, but she doesn't play like those types of games.
Yeah.
So that's why I kind of flew out with Little Nightmares 2 when it came out, because it was like, that's a game that she's definitely wanted to see. But she's seen the original, but the people who played the original don't put out content anymore. So it's like, maybe if I can do this, and it's also the kind of thing like going on YouTube, because you can have that huge backlog of content. If someone finds something that they like, they've got that huge backlog, and I'll go back and I'll watch like the YouTubers out, which I'll watch videos from years and years ago. They'll just be like, I'm just going to put on this entire series of this game that I enjoy watching. So it's kind of like, I guess this in a way, it's trying to be like people who inspired me. And I just want to have something on there that you can listen to and you can enjoy when you're having a bad day and you need something to kind of break the silence, or something to just watch and enjoy. And also just share like all these kinds of stories and adventures that happen in video games. For all the people who I end up talking to who don't know anything about what I'm talking about, they're like, oh, well, if you actually want to see it, is the actual gameplay. You can see exactly what happened to me. And like, we can talk about it. And if it doesn't interest you, then that's fine. You've seen it firsthand.
To be honest, in my opinion, sorry for interrupting there, by the way.
No, sorry.
No, it's just what you said there, like, just from being part of the channel, it's a really good message to send across. And for me, it's just a really good aspect of actually looking at, playing games and watching people, watching people actually doing the gameplay. It's just, if you don't have the opportunity to actually do it, then at least you've got someone to do it. And, in some ways you've got like that sort of similarity, you've got that similar interest, and you do get like, you get invested in, the gameplay, the channel. Like there's so many games for me that I've been so heavily invested in, like both, emotionally, just from I can relate to that character, what I mean? It's stuff like that, and it kind of brings out the brilliance in, different games, I suppose, really.
Yeah, I've bought some games purely because I've watched the content of them, and I was like, that game was so good that this developer needs like my support. It's just like some indie developer, and I might not play that game myself, but that was so good that I'll put down the money in it because I got that experience from it. So in mine as well, when I finish games, I've been like, if you enjoyed that, consider supporting the developers and buying it, rather than just being like, well, I watched it, see you.
Definitely. I can't agree more. Obviously, make sure you drop subscribe and drop a like before you leave the video. But then go and actually buy the game, try it for yourself, because you can get heavily invested. Because essentially, if you watch people do gameplay, it's kind of like a mini movie, I suppose, kind of thing. You know, you're sat there, you're watching it, and obviously, if most people who go to films, you know, you get people who do cry, you get people who laugh. You know, it's stuff like they're there to make you like emotionally invested in this. And like there's a few games like I get invested in, like. So there's two you might not have heard, but like you've got Detroit Become Human. I got heavily. I don't know whether you've heard of it or not. These games.
I've heard of it. I've not played Detroit myself, honestly.
But like you've got Detroit Become Human. I got heavily invested in Uncharted. I don't know whether you've heard of Uncharted at all.
Yeah.
But basically, like that whole series of games, I'm so heavily invested in, and basically, I recommended it to one of my friends from work, and he's literally just finished the full series, and he said like towards the end. Obviously, I'm not going to do any spoilers, but he said he was so heavily invested. It's like he was like borderline crying at the end of it, because the series is finished. That's it. It's gone. You know, and he just said like he just wishes the series never ended. It just carries on going, really.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that are quite powerful that you can experience, especially because it's interactive, and you kind of take on like playing the role of the protagonist. And in some ways, some things that might happen in movies hit you differently when it's like interactive and you've put yourself in those shoes. For example, like part 1 of Telltale's The Walking Dead.
Brilliant!
I remember that one. That one really made me ugly cry.
I was gonna say it really pulls on your heartstrings, that game, because that Telltale Walking Dead game was so brilliantly made. It's just a shame that obviously, it's still going on now, I think, maybe, or you might have just stopped. But
I think they've finished the last chapter now.
Yeah, I was going to say, but because they do, it wasn't long ago where that final piece was put down. But you've got, but like you would have probably seen it, Mike putting it around a few times. But it's, for me, that Walking Dead, with how it touches people, not like physically but emotionally. You know what I mean? So, basically, like. It's very similar to Life is Strange, which I don't know whether you've heard. Like me and Mike have done it on the channel before, and
I've not seen Life is Strange. I've seen like episode 1 of it, but I've never seen episode 2 onwards.
Yeah. It's a good, really good game. Again, it puts you in the life of one particular person, whereas some games don't particularly do that. They make you flick around between different people. But for me, then games that really invest you into like one person's story, and that's for me. If they nail it, is a brilliant game, to be honest. I don't know whether you feel the same way or what, but
no, it's especially as well because there's so many choices and stuff in that game. The way things can divert that it might make you want to get the game yourself because you want to see what path you take, or watch other content creators playing the same game because you want to see what happens, like what choices they make. What differences their paths have towards the end compared to you, based on like little differences from where you start. So it's a really actual great like form of gameplay where you have the actual narrative replayability as part of it. So yeah, I'm a fan of those types of games.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. No, honestly, mate, really looking forward to seeing what type of games you actually put on there. Like I know you've got a few lined up. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what you put on, because I always watch every single video that the guys put out, like from start to finish. I always make sure I watch, and 9 times out of 10, whether it's me watching it while I'm washing up or watch, because obviously I work away, so as you can see, I'm in a hotel room, so like
I was
so
like, that's a swanky ped you got there.
Can't afford that yet. Just
meanwhile, if I had my camera on, you see like bin bags hanging off of door handles instead of actual bins.
That's me back at home. But like essentially, I've it gives me the opportunity to, like, especially your guys' videos, it gives me the opportunity to watch it whilst I'm sat here doing absolutely fuck all. But to be honest, it makes it's good for it's good for me because it makes
you're away.
No one is away, but number 2, I'm actually seeing what you guys are doing. I'm actually learning from you guys, because you guys, in my opinion, are much better content creators than I am. I do a lot of the, I won't say background stuff because like obviously you lot do a lot of the editing and everything like that, and the create. But like with all the technical type of stuff and all the organizing, it usually gets dropped down onto me to make the decisions, which I'm fine with. That was kind of the agreement in the first place that I didn't do that. So because right now I kind of don't put out that much content.
Yeah, so you help with other people's content.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't blow my trumpet yet. I've kind of got out of the gate good, but there's clearly a lot to learn. In regards to video editing, actual like producing content. I ordered a 12-pack of Monster Energy, which is sat in my fridge for next time I'm recording content to really, get in the gamer mood.
Yeah. Now, to be honest, one thing that I've been wanting to get into is streaming. Because no one, it's a good way to interact with people, live kind of thing. You get to know your audience basically, from that point of view. And number two, it's just easier to make content out of it because you can just clip it down and there you go. That's your video. Do you know what I mean? And
I do always. Sorry, go on.
No, it's all right.
No.
Fair enough. So basically, sorry, my thing lagged there for a second. So essentially, basically, I've obviously with my streaming, like I did a couple of you on Call of Duty Modern Warfare on Warzone. Yeah. And to be honest, they've actually been quite well. I've always had someone sat in there, talking.
Yeah.
And to be honest, they've been picking up views, but they've obviously whether it's new people or not, I don't know. But again, it's taking a different, it's taking a different way of doing your content, but
a different approach.
Yeah, a different approach. That was the word I was looking for. You can see the clock sticking in my head there. I'm basically, I'm expecting like a little edit there of me just with a little monkey with a simple.
I thought you were going to say a fart bubble, but no, you took it away better way.
Mate, both work. So you can do a little fart with the clapping monkey. But so essentially, to be honest, I actually want to start doing more gameplay, like doing similar to what you might do, or even getting involved in your gameplay, your gameplay kind of thing. So, I'm not going to spoil too much with what's planned because that's the whole, that's the whole point. It's supposed to be a surprise for the audience, not. But I like for the type of content, I know obviously you've said that you're very similar to Mike, but I know you've got your own takes on things, and you.
I'd say I'm similar to Mike, but if we look at recent content, he's done a lot more tactics games. That seems to be quite what he's focusing on at the moment. Whereas the ones I have lined up, I mean, I just did a platformer and an action with RPG elements game, and I'm kind of looking at doing a road to Resident Evil 8 coming out.
Nice.
As my next thing. Admittedly, a weird thing about me is I got kind of a horror focus at the moment, but that's because my fiance really enjoys watching horror.
Yeah.
I've played Resident Evil, but outside of that, stuff like Little Nightmares I'd not really touched before. So it's actually quite new, and I'm not quite used to getting spooked and getting chased and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's a weird learning curve for me. So I've got games like The Medium, in my mind, I might go do that, and then I'm thinking but what if I'm shit?
Yeah.
What if people laugh at me?
To be fair, I'm pretty sure, especially with horror games, there's a good thing is that the one thing they've always said is with horror that you get 1-2 things out of it. If it's shit, it's a comedy.
Yeah,
and if it's not shit, and it is actually genuinely a horror game, people will laugh at your reaction. So if you shit, you get fucking scared of something. People 9 times out of 10 going to laugh at reaction, because that's just how the brain works.
Yeah.
We're fucked up people, We'll laugh at other people's pain basically. So
it happened to me in Little Nightmares, but it's instead of a scream, it comes there's proper flinch of fear where you just immobilize and you just go and whimper.
To be honest, when it last time I watched, I'm not particularly one to get scared by horror stuff. Yeah, that'll come and bite me in the ass at some point in the future now. But like basically, I know from in the past where like I've watched films, and the thing that scares me more than anything is other people screaming behind me, because obviously, like especially in like cinemas, the people are relatively in close proximity, and I'm sat there and I'm thinking, oh, here we go, the music's building up, I know what's coming, and then and then it happens, and then I'm like, oh, that was nothing, and then you just hear like that, everyone's flying all over the place, and I'm like, what is going on? I'm like, what is going on here? You know what I mean? I'm just like, what's going on?
Yeah.
And then I'm walking out, and everyone's like, oh, Ben, I thought you said you weren't scared. And I went, did you hear you scream down my ear? I was just like, it's enough to make me go deaf, for goodness sake. I was like,
a scary environment to watch, not necessarily scared.
100%. Just so going taking a different approach from content now. Like obviously, I know you touched it at the very start about what you feel you can add to the channel and how we can progress. But basically that is my point. Like how do you feel? What do you feel you can actually add to the channel? I know it sounds like a bit of an interview, really, but
yeah. No. I feel like I've got a bit of momentum behind me. Since I started on my own channel, I was actually managing to keep up like a video per work day. So I think being able to keep up the consistent content of always having like something that you can click on and watch on Unitcast, that's kind of like my goal. Yeah. If there's a day where nothing's scheduled to come out, I want to be able to fill that day. So there's always just some reason to come and check us out. And if someone's having a bad time, it's always a place where they can think like, oh, maybe they've bought something else out that I can check out. So that's the main thing. But also, I don't know. I feel like people seem to be enjoying my video editing. So hopefully that actually is something that gets better over time, and is something that I can bring to the I want to say forefront, but I don't think that's the right word.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from, and it's the right terminology for me anyway.
Yeah, but it's kind of basic like that. I just want to kind of bring like a kind of variety of experiences, as consistently as possible. I like the fast food of content.
Yeah, definitely.
Always available, relatively cheap. You feel good in the moment, but then after it, you're like, was that worth it?
That's
my content.
I know the feeling. But like one thing I'll always say about, especially with this channel as well, with you were saying about people could just come here on on a bad day or whatever, but like we actually reply, say for example, like people are, you do get people who comment on your videos. Like we always reply to every single comment, because so it's like sometimes you could literally just be putting anything on there. We'll reply to it regardless. Obviously, if we're getting like thousands of comments at the moment,
it might not be sustainable later on.
Yeah, exactly.
At the moment,
but like at the moment, we reply to people. So we have we are quite an interactive channel, to be honest. We do like to interact with our audience. Like we've had it in the past where like a few of our first like initial viewers, they're now they're now moderators. I'm not going to start saying that we're giving everyone the moderator status, because that's just not how it works. You kind of got to earn it a bit, and we're giving it to a few people, and obviously because we've like slowed down on the content, so they're not there as much, which is again fair enough. People move on, but like it is there for people to do, and we do appreciate, like we actually do genuinely appreciate the our viewers. I'm not trying to make it like begging for viewers kind of thing, because that's just not how it works. If you like your content, like the content, you like the content. If you don't, you don't. There's not much we can do about that. But
like we're here to, like, as a role, we're trying to bring a bit of entertainment, just a bit of laid back fun people can enjoy to everyone, and that gets much easier. Like when I've tried Twitch streaming, when you try Twitch streaming to 0 viewers, it can be really deflating. Because you're like trying to put on like always putting out entertainment in case anybody comes in,
Mhm.
And then at the end of it, no one ended up actually tuning in, and you're like,
Mhm.
oh wow.
Yeah.
So everybody who comes and looks at your content, like hopefully enjoys the content,
Mhm.
just makes it a little bit more worthwhile. Makes you feel like you're actually making like a little bit more of a difference to someone.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
it gives you the drive to keep going. Even just those little comments, just saying like, "Oh, what are you going to play next?" Um, or even just having a rib at you, just having a joke at something you did bad. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, at least I did something that influenced this person's day.
Yeah.
Um,
Like
and
I was
that's what
gonna
I
say,
want.
I was gonna say that, and it's the same for me as well. And like one thing I've always done, like to me, I would describe us as a quite a laid back channel. We are all very
Yeah,
relaxed people. We do like to have a laugh. We are going to make mistakes because we are human, but like usually the mistakes end up being quite funny to look back at. Like
yeah,
I'll always remember back to the first podcast that we did, and when Kurt did, obviously when there's more people there, there's going to be there's a high chance that something's going to go wrong, and there's definitely going to be
naturally.
outtakes out of that. Like obviously we've been quite good at the moment. We've been quite we've been relatively quite professional, to be honest, really. And which I never thought we'd be able to say, to be honest, on this channel, but we get there. And
we're managing.
and essentially, like on that last one, the amount of outtakes there was of like would be in the middle of talking, and then I'd either drop the phone, like, or I'll just randomly start singing in the middle. I'll just be like, a song would be in my head. I'll be like, oh, let's have a sing along, and I'll be like, wait, hold on. I'll be like,
hang on a
can't
second.
do that. I was like, can't do that. Copyright, number one. Number two, I've just interrupted my friends whilst having a conversation of my terrible singing. I was just like, it's not what they wanted, but it makes for good content, I suppose. So
yeah, you're like, all right, now go back 5 seconds and start again, please, so I can cut that out.
Honestly, to be honest, especially when it's me in a video, like I feel for people like Mike and Kurt, because they've done a lot of the editing on videos I've been in the past, and they must go through absolute hell and stress trying to edit half the stuff I come out with, because some of it like they'll be like, Ben, why have you just said that? Like, there's no reason for you to say that, but and they'll be like, yep, let's cut that, and then but there's well, like, so to be honest, like I've told, like I'm a man of many stories, so especially in like chill games, I'll come out and blurt out with a story, and it's nine times out of 10, it's going to be absolutely outrageous. Like I'm pretty sure you go back through all the past videos, like at the very start, some of the stuff will come out with is horrific. Like, well, I won't say horrific. It's funny. It's probably stuff I should be sharing about myself, but do I give a fuck? No, because
it's your story. You can share.
I was going to say
it does. It keeps things, when the game has like the down moments. It keeps those interesting still, rather than being like, all right, now let's just sit quietly while I run across this field for 10 minutes.
That's it, and that's another thing. Like I've just got a tendency for, like, what you find that on Uncharted that I was playing, and essentially I was just like doing the gameplay, and it gets to parts where you are literally just running around trying to find like treasures and stuff like that, and I'm just talking to myself, and you kind of forget that you're talking to yourself. You're supposed to be talking to the audience, like trying to communicate with them. And I'm sat there like talking to myself, coming up with some utter shite, chatting out my ass, like, and then I sit there and I'm like, I'm pretty sure like you won't see me like any of my face on these videos, but if you see my face, I'll be like, I was just like,
oh wait.
I was just like, I've got an audience here. I can't really edit this out. This is literally just going straight live onto YouTube. I was like, and I was like, and I just said, I go, it's fine. Everyone knows about me now. It's fine. So like, to be honest, even if you go to the vlog that we did when me, Matt, and Kurt went on holiday, we some of the stuff will come out with on that when obviously I was drunk at the time, kind of thing. But
naturally,
have you seen that video?
I haven't. No, honestly, I apologize.
No, mate. Honestly, I'd recommend it, not for the music aspect, but just for sort of the stuff that comes out of my mouth. To be honest, because I just come out with some random stuff. To be honest, and to be honest, Kurt actually bangs it with editing on that video. Like that's for an editing point of view, he absolutely smashes it out of the park like that.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he'll admit it. Like I remember when he first posted a video, and I'd not seen, like, I know what the stuff I'd said whilst he's recording, but I didn't know how he was gonna interpret it and how he was gonna edit it and everything. He said he was gonna really try hard with it. Yeah, he uploads it, and I'm sat there and I'm laughing all the way through it. It's just, and I messaged him. I was like, mate, this is fucking brilliant. And he said, and he was like, honestly, I'm really proud of what I've done here. And I was like, mate, you should, to be honest, you should be if you come up with such a masterpiece, which it is. Like, and to be honest, it's got a decent amount of views, which we only made it really. Obviously, if it gets views, it gets views. But if the only reason we made it was just so we can actually look back on the holiday and just say, you know what, that was actually a laugh. You know what I mean? We had a great time with the mates. Like, I don't know whether you know like how me, Matt, and Kurt basically met. Like, I've known Kurt since I was 4 years old, pretty much.
Yeah. Admittedly, I only really know of like your connection to Mike.
Yeah.
That's the main like reason I know everyone, because just to reiterate, I'm a Mike's brother.
if you can't tell by the voice, like they pretty much sound pretty similar.
Oh yeah, when me and Mike are on the same video, I'm like, who's talking right now?
Like to be honest, like the thing is, because I've met you both. Like, I know what you both sound like. It's I know what you both look like. I know what you both sound like, and I can look at it from a different point of view. But if you're coming from the outside, for the audience point of view, they're probably thinking, bloody hell, who's who here? Like,
please don't let them record a video together.
Yeah. So stop that now. So obviously, like further down the line, what we probably will interpret like video cameras, but obviously I don't want to be forcing that on people. Like, I'm pretty comfortable with putting my face out there.
Yeah.
If you type in my full name on the on Google, there's pictures of me from there's literally pictures of me when I was younger, literally just when you scroll through kind of thing. So, and
I need to go get beach board ready before that happens.
Oh no, mate, trust me, mate. I'm quite similar, to be honest. Like, like Mike's taller than me, and usually the taller you are, the heavier you are, kind of thing. And Mike's taller than me, and I weigh the same as Mike. So, so
Mike's always been a very, very lightweight person.
So I always say, like, when I look at Mike, I always expect he's like a tall average bloke, which makes no sense whatsoever.
Yeah,
he's average. He's got your average build. He's quite tall. He's got his Jesus look alike. He's like a stylish Jesus, and then he's got his glasses and everything, and then obviously I'm just like, I should, like, back in the day when I was in like early college, like high school, I was skinny as anything. I was literally like as thin as this.
Yeah.
And then that's completely gone out the window. I hit 100 kg last year, which is something I never thought I'd be able to say. But
I
was gonna say, that's an achievement for myself. Like that, when you get like in your top left hand corner in your gameplay, you say achievement unlocked. So that was literally for me last year. I was and then now I'm just kind of like trying to work my way down, which is not going well because I'm here. Takeaway is the only thing I can have. And now I'm sat here like a fat fuck again. But we move, and again, I'm going off on a tangent. But that's
I'm just trying to Google how many kgs I weigh.
To be honest, whilst you're doing that, I'll look on Google Images and type in my name. I'm pretty sure you'll be massive again. I'll probably in the edit. If I actually manage to figure it out, I'll try and actually put some of the pictures up. But like it's not a good look, put it that way. Like, honestly, one of them's on my GCSE results day where I got put in the local newspaper.
Nice.
Wait, mate,
that's what everybody wants to hear.
Oh, honestly, I was literally like, I was borderline a Halloween costume there with it. Like, I was pale, I was a stick. I look literally like I was skull and bones with hair. Basically, that's what I was. And then there's another picture of me with like the mayor of Manchester, which is Andy Burnham. And
all right, calm down.
Mate, honestly, I've got a massive mop at this point as well because he used to come into my high school all the time. And honestly, do you remember? Like, you know who Justin Bieber is, don't you?
Yeah.
So back in high school, I was this like this lad trying to fit in. I was kind of this person I kind of floated about a bit. Like just went from different group to group basically, and everyone was having this like young Justin Bieber haircut where he has it like a bowl cut, like swept across kind of thing. And I was trying that. I've got really like wavy hair when it's long, and it just literally just mopped down, and it just it was literally all over the place. Honestly, it looked like noodles on a head, basically. And
you're like, yeah, it's cool.
I was like, okay, that's what that was literally. I was giving myself a pet talk every day. I was like, I totally look good today. I totally look good. I definitely don't, but I definitely do.
Your mum's like, you look gorgeous, honey.
Oh, mate, don't even get me started on that, because like I'm still having this problem to this day with my mum. Because I'm still single. Any ladies out there, hit me up. But so, but like I'm basically like with you know, we like, you know, say for example, I'll be going out and I'm like, do I look all right? And I was like, oh, Ben, you look gorgeous. And I'm like, Mom, that's your job. Your job is to say that, and it really demoralizes me that you're saying it, because it means I look absolutely shit. Yeah, so I was like, so just shut up from now.
You're saying I look respectable to show the grandparents, not like a sex magnet.
Or like a sex pest, Mom.
Go on, Mum, tell me, am I sexy? Thumbnail material right there.
Right, this is what I mean with some of the stuff that I do. I just don't think, I just do it. And then I'm like, this is stuck in.
Yeah, I shouldn't have done that.
Oh, for crying out loud, man. What am I like? But hey,
what are we talking about?
Right, I'll go back to what we're supposed to be talking about, which is, how do you feel we can like as Unicast like progress further like down the line? Because as a person who like was a co-starter of the channel, like I'm always open to ideas of how we can progress the channel. So what do you think? What do you think we could? Because you've seen some of our content, and you obviously you know us all. So how else do you think we can improve? Really?
I guess the starting point, obviously, which is where I'm hoping to be able to have an impact, is just more regular content, making it more consistent. I mean, it might be consistent, but I'd like to get like a video every day.
Yeah.
And I mean, if I didn't have to work so many hours in a day, you know, maybe up in that it's like 2 a day or something. That'd be crazy at the moment, but that'd be a dream to achieve. And I don't want to kind of go into clickbaity nonsense or anything. I want to be quite genuine, like kind of like you know what you're getting into with my videos.
Yeah.
So I don't want to go down any of those paths, but I feel like the slow growth of audience and just always making sure that they have something when they come back. But I know that Michael uploads on a Tuesday and a Thursday typically. Mm-hmm. I'm not too sure the schedules for any of the content. If there is.
To be honest, mate, I don't really upload videos that often, so that's never an issue. You can't just kind of upload when you like. So you don't even look at the schedule, okay? I'm pretty sure there's times where like obviously Mike's got his Tuesday, Thursday, whereas half the time like Kurt will just chuck it out when it's ready, basically. The thing with Kurt, like, is his content are like 7-hour worth of clips, and he cuts them down into like 15-20 minute videos, and to be honest, once you've done that much, you kind of just want to get shots of it, really. Really, you know what I mean? You just want to get rid of it. So it's understandable, really.
You wait so long for a video to render, and it's just like hurry up and wait. Because
it's like what you said in the group chat the other day. Like it's just like, oh, just come on.
So when re-rendering that video, it's like you estimated time 7 hours. It's like, well, I guess I'll go to fucking bed, I guess.
Just leave it there. I'll sort you out in the morning.
I'm not doing anything else tonight, am I? So I know it's nothing groundbreaking, but I'm thinking we could help grow the channel. If we just keep putting out content or that people enjoy, and just keep making sure that there's always something for them when they tune in. And I think there's like the variety of content is something that we should embrace rather than kind of like dial down. Because like, for example, like there's times where I'm like, I don't necessarily want to watch anyone, but I want to see what happens. I want to just like have this game. Chief Collection,
Yeah.
that was just a game, no commentary. And I thought, like even though it might not scratch everybody's itch, it's cool to have that option there. Just be like, kind of like a one-stop shop for like all kinds of different content, different ideas, and seeing, what people enjoy, what people want to see more of.
Yeah.
So I'm fine with like the idea of keeping that experimentation, just trying to keep it as something that you can keep going back to.
Yeah,
that's my groundbreaking idea of more videos.
No, to be perfectly honest, consistency has been our biggest issue, really.
Yeah.
Like I don't think we've never actually been afraid of, loading different types of content, because that was the whole point why we started in the first place. We wanted to make sure we were putting out, different variety of content, because you can try and attract as many audiences as possible, really. Like, for us, we were saying, like, we didn't want to set up different types of channels with different types of content, because it just makes no sense and it's more effort than it's actually needed. But try something different by actually just piling everything onto one thing, and then split it into playlists or something like that, within the channel. It just makes it a lot easier.
You're stronger together as well, aren't you? Because
definitely.
Like I did my own channel, and what subscriber count it has. Obviously it's tiny compared to yours, which is tiny compared to a lot of people's. Like I say, a lot of more popular channels, not a lot of people's, because there's probably like probably a cool million channels with like one subscriber, which is themselves. So honestly, like where Unicast is now is nothing to sniff at.
But to be perfectly honest, I'm just happy seeing, like, it's gaining. When we hit 150 like not long ago, I was buzzing because we've always said, like, if we ever hit 150, that's like a huge goal for us.
We've made it.
Well, I won't say made it, because when you're when you're doing that, that's when you've made it. Like, but like, because for a channel that we were literally just posting videos just because we like doing it. There wasn't. We're not here to try and make money, really. We're just like, obviously that's a bonus if it does ever come along. But we've we're just here to post content because we enjoy making the content. We enjoy going back, looking at these videos and thinking, that was actually really fun doing that. Yeah. And just to get 150 people watching that content, and and watching it, and thinking people actually enjoy watching us, whether it's 150, whether it's 250 or a million, it's all people at the end of the day, and it's people that enjoy us, so and that's what I appreciate more than anything, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, like I know when I started mine, it was kind of like I just want to put out content for like my fiance and people around me to watch, and but then like you get like a couple of weeks into it and you think, I wish I didn't have to go to work today, just so I could just so I could record a bit more and get some more stuff out there for them, and then it's like, you know what, maybe it wouldn't be so bad to earn some money from this. But it's not like doing it for the money, but it's like, God, I wish I didn't have to work at the same time.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm the same. Like, obviously, in the ideal world, I wouldn't be doing the job that I'm doing. I, to be honest, I absolutely love my job. It's been like, when I was back in school, it was like my dream job. If you ask me back in school what I wanted to be, I'm literally doing my job now. I'm a civil engineer. That I absolutely love my job, but I really enjoy doing what I'm doing with Unicast, and I like the direction that we are going in. And obviously, if it ever gets like I said before, if we ever get the opportunity where we can actually stop working and start relying on on Unicast, and
when those Raid Shadow Legends ad deals come in,
I know, or you got your VPNs that come sliding out.
NordVPN,
or Manscaped coming in. I definitely need one of them.
Advertising nose hair trimmers.
We'll talk about the ball trimmers, but
I will. That'll be the first part you see of me.
Definitely got George of the Jungle down there or anything, but so
proper before and after.
Can you imagine how quickly the YouTube strikes are coming with that with them type of comparisons?
Like our ex hamsters, like a channel goes wild. Feels like a reality TV show. They're like, look at this.
Honestly, do you know what? And so I was speaking to I was speaking to a couple of people who do watch our content, and they said they would love for us to do like some reaction videos and stuff like that. We'll be looking at where we've all got our face cams on, and we're just sat there watching these videos, and we'd be like, they said it would just be funny just to see our reactions to certain stuff. Like, obviously, I'm probably 9 times out of 10 probably going to come out with the most outrageous thing or do something outrageous. Yeah. But then you've got like you guys who come out with something brilliant. Like you'll come up with like a massive theory that will just throw the whole video off it, what it's actually supposed to be about, and it's like I'm pretty sure we've had it before. Someone's come up with like a conspiracy theory out of it, kind of thing, and I'm just be sat there like, what? That actually makes fucking good sense. Like, what the fuck? Like, what?
Yeah, maybe the Earth is flat. Maybe the sun does revolve around the Earth.
To be honest, and this is the reason why I wanted to move into try that type of content. But then, like, well, obviously, but again, that's something for further down the line. I'm not. To be honest, I'm not particularly interested in doing that now. That's something we have to discuss as a group,
Yeah,
and
naturally.
And then as a viewers, you should deal with what content we put out. So fuck you basically. So
that's I love you.
So they and so I'm basically like I'm doing this. That's all from me, really. I've said my piece. Unless you want to add anything else, really, to be perfectly honest.
As we were talking about weight, just checked. I'm currently sitting at a cool 158 kilograms.
Nice.
So that is, in fact, I got my first vaccination jab.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I guess my obesity paid off. Now I need to start losing weight.
It pays off in the long run.
Yeah, I'm like, all right, now that I got the vaccine jab, I really need to lose weight because there's nothing else good that can come from this.
So to be honest, mate, the quicker we get these jobs out of the way, the better. Just so we can get back some sort of normality, because I want to get back into being in the same room with you guys, just recording content like we used to and stuff like that. So,
it's way easier to do kind of react stuff if you could all like sit on a couple of couches together and see it at a TV rather than like having a Zoom conference call.
Exactly. Yes. Like to be honest, like I've said, reaction stuff it'll be great for, but even like you're doing like like a co-op game kind of thing. You two sat there and you can just just enjoy it kind of thing, because I know obviously like with the PS5s now you can buy like HD cameras which are actually really good, and like obviously that makes recording your content a hell of a lot easier. And to be honest, that's something
I actually have I bought it like ages ago. It was a birthday present because it's something that I've always wanted to get into content creation. I have a capture card, so Switch and PlayStation stuff is actually like entirely possible for me.
Nice.
It's set back a 100 and something, so it wasn't cheap.
No,
especially when you're not like earning money off doing the content. It's just a huge thing to drop. But it's definitely something that I'm keeping my eye on. Like Monster Hunter Rise is coming out towards the end of the month.
Yeah.
So since I've got that capability, I was like, I'll put out some Rise stuff. I might not play the whole game because I might be pretty shit compared to like your average decent player.
Yeah.
But it gives me a whole other market I can work in. I mean, I know Mike would record it directly on the PlayStation, but it's just easier to be able to record it like right here on your PC, and I'd have my actual content. Like I got my my £100 Blue Yeti microphone and all that with me rather than like my PlayStation headset.
Yeah.
So it's a much better environment here. The only issue is I've got a basic ass PS4 from when Destiny 1 launched.
Oh, you honestly, like I got the PS4 when it first came out, so
yeah,
mine just sounds like a helicopter taking off. To be perfectly honest, it's not. The best.
Yeah, I was trying to play Dynasty Warriors. And and my PlayStation was not having it.
No,
it was like, you want me to load how many people on screen at once?
I'll tell you what, it's bad enough for me on Warzone because it's literally just screaming at me. It's like, stop, you're killing me. And then it comes out with the red flashing light saying it's overheating because it's doing too much bloody work. I was like,
remember when you laughed at the Xbox? Yeah.
Honestly, mate, I've had an absolute nightmare. So we're trying to get hold of a PS5, but I'm not going to go into that because honestly, I rang up one of my mates before, and I think I went on like a half an hour rant about about a game because how it fucked me over for 4 hours of the day. So
Nice. Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah, honestly, like it was like I was waiting to queue for 4 hours to try and get hold of it, and then I got into it and said it sold out. Even though I was even though I was literally there with the pre-order button, and I was clicking the pre-order, and it's sending me to basket, and it just wasn't adding to basket. So I sat there and I felt like punching a hole through my screen, to be perfectly honest. But no,
that's cool. That's fair. Yeah, I've not even tried. I was like, you know what? It's going to be horrible. I'm just going to wait.
Like
until something really good comes out, like Bugsnax.
Well, yeah. To be perfectly honest, like I've already bought like a lot of games that were supposed to be for PS5, and I tried it on the PS4. The minute it turned it on, started screaming at me. I was like, "Yep, nope." I was like, "I'll wait till the PS5 comes out." So I'm desperate to play these games. Like I like playing. I was gonna say I like playing like Assassin's Creed games, and we've got Valhalla, which it looks absolutely stunning. The game, it looks absolutely stunning. I can't even play it because it's literally it's like the graphics are shit on it because it's a fucking PS4 and it's destined for a PS5, and it's literally all you can hear is the thing screaming at me. Yeah. So basically,
you have to yell over it for your content.
Honestly, yeah. So basically, what I'm going to do is I tried it for like an hour maybe, and then I was just like, it's just not having any of it. So, and to be honest, now I've completely forgot about what happens in the actual game now. To be honest, so
yeah,
So when I get the PS5, first thing I'll be doing, booking a couple of days off, sit there and try and smash out as much content as I can, and then get it all scheduled up on the YouTube. So
yeah,
that's the aim of the game for me, really. But
yeah, I record on like weekends. I mean, I try and record on like a Saturday and then edit on a Sunday, but it doesn't obviously work out that easily.
No, it never does.
And then it's like after every shift, I finish at 8 p.m. my usual work day.
Yeah,
I know it's 8 p.m. right now. If you got any clocks in your room, but I
finished
early today.
Yeah, I was just looking at it.
So I usually finish at 8 p.m. and then if I'm recording after work, I'll be like recording for a couple of hours and then I'll start editing. It'll be about 3 a.m. before I end up going to bed. Yeah, and then I wake up and I'm like slurring through work because it's just a horrible. I've got so little and such bad sleep.
No, honestly,
my own videos are playing on loop to try and pad the view count. Occasionally hear myself at 1% volume.
Honestly, to be honest, mate, like it. Is to say, for example, Wednesdays are a bad day for me, like horrendous, because I don't like changing my sleeping pattern. Once I'm in my sleeping pattern, I'll stick to it, kind of thing. And essentially, like I've got to be up at 5:30 in the morning to drive down south, basically. And and it takes me like 3 hours to get down here. And so I'm getting down here for like 9 o'clock, but I'm usually going to bed at like midnight. So I'm I'm going off 5 hours sleep, and I'm working till like probably around 6 o'clock-ish usually. And I'm sat there and I'm throughout the day. Well, I'm working for like throughout the day. I'm literally just throughout the day going around talking to different people like a zombie. I'm like,
yeah. What do you want?
Well, honestly, like I walked throughout the whole of today. I must have sounded like a bloody hippo or something because I was just yawning every two bloody minutes. I was just like, like that kind of thing.
I know in uni I had kind of a bad stint where things happen in the morning. I get so anxious about oversleeping, I just wouldn't sleep. We had a thing where we had to go out to some like potential like clients, and we're doing like a university. Like, we're doing our project, doing what they were asking the university to do. We had to go around and like scan these different areas, and I'd been up like 36 hours at this point.
Oh god, mate.
And I was the only member of the team who even went, and it was like a 2-hour train ride away from where the university was based. It's absolutely in the middle of it. It was just a train track, like on next to like what looked like a pavement. It just trees around it, and I was like, "Where am I?" And I am so tired.
I'm not functioning right now.
Yeah, I think I ended up being like, "Listen, this is all great. Can you just email me all the details, and I'm going to go home."
But honestly, if that happened to me, I would have been furious, mate. Furious. Yeah. Nice day off, but furious still, nevertheless.
Yeah. But no, it's a consistent thing. I was a really bad into bad sleeping habits in uni. You know, when like you start missing classes and then you like stay up late,
to be honest,
and then
mate,
you miss more classes.
To be honest, mate, like I'd never actually went. Well, I'm at uni now, doing it part time. Like I never actually properly went to uni. Like that's because I've gone down the apprenticeship route kind of thing. So because I dropped out of college, this is all content way back, like way back. You know, this stuff I've got coming in content where I'd be like, yeah, I'm an apprentice. I work the X amount of days a week. I go to college or university, whichever day a week, and then basically I just live the best life. You know what I mean? I get paid for learning. I don't pay for university, so it's all fun and games, really.
I dropped out of university personally, which you can probably tell based on my poor sleeping habits. And being like, you know, when you miss lessons.
I'll tell you, honestly, mate. To be honest, like uni's not for everybody. Anyway. So to be honest, for me, I particularly don't like going to university, but I have to do it for my job anyway. So
yeah, I'd love to get into an apprenticeship. I just don't know what to do. That's been a big thing, indecision.
Yeah.
So to swerve back onto like this kind of similar topic, actually starting a YouTube channel, felt like for the first time in a while, I've had some energy to actually do something.
Yeah,
it's like there's a little bit of a reason for me to be doing anything, because which is putting smiles on people's faces. And up until then, last few years, I've just been like moping around, being like, why can't I make a YouTube channel? Why do I get anxious before it?
Yeah.
So, but that extends to work as well. There's like so many things. It's like I want to do something different with my life, but I don't know what.
Yeah,
and I'm too scared to just throw spaghetti at the wall and see what sticks.
No, there's a lot of people like that, and I suppose like I always advise to people, you know, especially because I've done quite a few talks in schools and stuff like that, and I say to them, like, if you want to make sure you're set for life doing something that you enjoy, you need to be looking now, you know, but get ahead of the game, because if you're not going to enjoy, if you're going to pick something you're not going to enjoy it, you're going to absolutely hate life, and you're going to end up doing something you're not going to enjoy. And you're going to sit there regretting that you did your research beforehand. So
yeah, that's kind of it. I thought I was way more computer savvy than I actually am in reality. I'm like someone who knows their way around an Excel spreadsheet, but went into computer science in university. And I was like, do not have any programming experience, and like I'm around people who were like
gods,
junior geniuses.
Yeah.
Like I was writing viruses in my school at 10. I was like, I don't know if I necessarily believe you, but if you did, I feel very inadequate.
Honestly, that was literally me. That was me summed up in college. That because to be honest, my dad never lets me forget it. He always comes up to me and says, "Oh, do you remember back when you were in school and you said you wanted to go to college?" And to be fair, the only reason I wanted to go to college was just because my mate was going, like Matt was going there. And I was like, I don't want to go there just literally because of Matt and for a better social life, to be honest. And my dad was like, you're not suited to college. You're not suited to college. You better go down the apprenticeship route. And I went, all right, okay, I'll take your point, but I'm going to college.
Yeah, counterpoint.
Counterpoint, I'm going to college regardless. So basically that, and that's literally what I did to my dad, basically. And he just, and then within half a year, I was absolutely hated it. I'd already told the staff I was leaving, and I'd already started looking at apprenticeships, and then I ended up getting an apprenticeship like straight after. And to be honest, it all worked out ridiculously well in the end anyway. Like honestly, like I remember when I first started. I started when I was 17 and walk into this man's world. Literally just got, I'm not using that like saying it is literally just because I work in construction, like and obviously people say it is a man's industry, but it's like there is women in there as well. But
yeah, it's a male dominated environment.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and and I've turned up. I'm walking. I'm thinking I'm relatively tall. I come up and these guys like this up here.
It's absolutely hench alpha males.
Honestly, they're literally, and the minute I walk through the door, you've literally nailed it in a nutshell. Like I walk through the door and it's literally just alpha males everywhere.
Yeah,
I'm thinking, fucking hell, I'm this like really non-confident person. I'm like, when it comes to situations like that, I'm so Like I was relatively confident until I walked through that door, and then I felt like walking back out again. But I knew I had to go in there, and basically I made the worst mistake in the world because I literally walked through, saw it, and literally walked through, and it was literally just a canteen. I just sat down there and went on my phone, and that was it. And
you should have approached the biggest person in the room and offered to shake their hand.
Well, to be honest,
squoze it as hard as you could.
What I should have done is I should have gone up to someone and say, "What am I supposed to be doing here?" But literally, I got left there for 3 weeks. I was there for 3 weeks, just sat there playing on my phone every day, getting paid for it.
That sounds like a dream.
My mate, it was great. It was great until I got to the point where you played it pretty much every game in the Google Play Store, and you're thinking, like, and this is not what I signed up for at all. Like, and I went to, I always remember it because you had your canteen. The room next door was the change room. Then the room like next door to that was the civil engineers room. And you didn't walk in that because that's where the big blokes were, basically, like civil engineering. And obviously these are the ones that I'm on mates with now and in the same office as. And then upstairs was where all the posh people are.
Oh,
so unless you walk up there, that's literally where the people are, who sit in the office, getting paid a shit ton of money, the higher management, and they're all sat there. I walk through the door and I just kind of like look at everyone's looking at me, and I'm kind of like, oh, I probably shouldn't be here. So I go to the receptionist. I went up to the receptionist, like, do you know who I can talk to? And then and he was like, well, who are you supposed to be reporting to? And I went, I can't remember the two names of the guys who did my interview, but they were like, I saw them, but she couldn't remember. I was just kind of like, that guy there with the glasses, and she went, he's one of the like top guys kind of thing. And I went, and I was just like, I know. I was just like,
I was supposed to meet him 3 weeks ago.
I've been trying to find him for 3 weeks, and she was like, oh yeah, he's been on holiday. And I went, oh, I was like,
that worked out.
It worked out well for him, didn't it? Bloody hell. He invited me for 3 weeks, the bastard. And basically, I went up to him. I'd a chat with him, to be honest. I'm just being very cautious with time, by the way, because it's only booked for an hour. This, so I'll unless it just goes over, I don't know. But we're still here, so
yeah.
I'm assuming that we're doing all right, but I just don't want to push my luck too far. So
we'll finish the story. We'll wrap up. It's also a lot for I'm assuming you to edit. I don't know if I've took on editing responsibilities for this.
I don't know. To be honest, if I'm struggling, you might have to. But we'll talk. We'll talk about that separately. But yeah. To end the story is I managed to find this bloke, and then I ended up, learning a hell of a lot. And then now I'm 6 years into my job, living the dream in inverted commas. But I've seen a lot of the country. I've done a lot of things that I never thought I'd ever say I'd be able to do, and incredibly grateful for it, grateful for it. So like,
I'm massively jealous.
It's kind of like the message I'm trying to send out to people is, find a dream and chase it. You know what I mean? Don't just like there's a reason why you have a dream job, and that's because it's there for you to go for. If you got to always have your targets, and you got to make sure you keep meeting these targets and make sure they're achievable as well. And if you keep achieving them
smart targets.
Oh yeah, the typical ones,
Yeah.
Well, it's specific,
achievable.
It's measurable. There's measurable.
Specific, measurable, achievable, time bound, and
there's a but I can't remember what R is.
Relevant. Like, how is this relevant to your role?
Yeah. And to be honest, it does actually. Smart targets, even though in school they seem like an absolute joke, they are actually relevant towards your later life.
I use them every day in work.
Yeah, the thing is, you don't realize it when you're back in school. You just think they're taking the piss, but you're actually using it especially when you're doing your reviews and everything. Trying to get that pay rise, trying to get that bonus. It's essential that you're doing these targets. So and you want to be making sure you're hitting these, because especially with my job, I have to set targets every year that I have to achieve, or I just won't get a bonus. So, and I'm grinding to make sure I make these targets and keep pushing myself to be the very best. And that's something that's a message I keep sending out to regardless who it is, whether it's someone I know, someone I don't know. Messages out just there now on
set
YouTube.
Something out there you can do, and you can do specifically.
Honestly, that's a message I'm going to send out to people now. It's on YouTube now. Literally, pick a target, pick a dream, and bloody go for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, what's the worst that can happen if you like? You know, if you fail, just make sure you've always got something to back it. Back up really. Just make sure you've always got something to fall back on, because the thing is, if you go for your dream and then you fail, you're going to fall into hole. But whereas if you got something that you still enjoy, boys, it's been there. Then at least you've got something that you still enjoy, kind of thing.
Work on 2 dreams: your real dream and your more achievable but less passionate dream.
You've got your smart target. This is the way to describe it: a smart target dream, and then your dream. You know what I mean? So that's
it. And your smart targets are to work up to that big dream.
Yeah, exactly.
Slowly but surely.
And to be honest, there's always one way of getting into that dream. You just have to make sure you commit to it, and and work your way to it. I suppose, like working hard, especially when you're an adult, is as long as you work hard, you're gonna get some reward out of it one way or another.
Yeah. Unless you work for my company, it's like you did really well, but if you don't keep it up
fuck off for it.
Yeah, we do our weekly coaching sessions, and boy, it is like, so you smashed every target, you doubled the target last week, but this week you're a little bit under. So what's happened?
You fucked up.
Yeah. Now I want your badge on my desk.
Fuck off.
So that's I don't like that. So I want to be a YouTube king. That's my dream. I want to escape being a shit boss so I can be a YouTube king.
Well, that we'll do our best. That's what we're here to do. We'll see what.
Please carry me to that dream.
Well, I think you might be carrying us, mate, at this rate. So,
I'll do my best.
Oh, 100%. Well, that's what people can ask at the end of the day.
We'll carry each other.
Yeah, but we're all just linking each other, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I'm going to call it quits there, just purely for the fact I'm cautious at the time on the meeting. So guys, thank you very much for watching. Please,
thanks.
I was going to say, honestly, it's appreciated that you've all tuned in to listen to this, because it's good to introduce you guys to anything that does change in this channel. But it's also good to introduce Con as well, just so he can actually get to know, well, not get to know you guys, but you get what I mean. Like,
so you can get to know me rather than just appearing on the channel. But by the way, here's a 5th person.
Yeah, well, here's a 5th person. Here's a video of him doing that. It just doesn't work the same. It's good to actually get to know the person. Yeah. So, So thank you all very much for watching. Please hit that subscribe button. Please hit like if you do enjoy the video, and leave a comment, because apparently there's a thing on YouTube now where it's all very reliant on comments. So
I'll log on to my free accounts to leave a comment.
Keyboard warriors alert. And so basically, just leave a comment if you got anything that we need to improve. Feel free to do it. If you say you enjoyed something, so we actually know what to keep doing, to be honest. So do that. But again, thank you very much for watching, and that's all from me. That's Ben from Unicast, and that's Con from Unicast. So
thanks. You'll be hearing from me very soon. As soon as this is up, you should be seeing content from me the next few days after.
Well, fingers crossed if I get my shit together, but we'll go from there.
As soon as this is up, if it's a week from now, a year from now.
But anyway, before we all go off in a conversation again, because that's how we are. I'll go for now. So peace, guys. See you later.
Take care.